It's been a little while, but today I want to sort of indulge and give my opinions on the loose skill-based matchmaking that's being implemented in Season 18, I believe. And, oh boy, do I have some things to say about this. I made a video discussing my common misconceptions I hear about skill-based matchmaking in the past, if you are interested in that. But before I get into that, I just want to remind everyone that if you enjoyed the video, please do consider giving it a like or subscribing, because roughly 60% or 63% of the people watching aren't subbed. Come on, don't be fake. I guess while I talk about my opinion on skill-based matchmaking, I tweeted about it initially and basically mentioned that I didn't really care what the matchmaking is going to be, because as long as the sandbox is terrible and unplayable, I'm either not playing very frequently, and if I do play, I will be in private matches. I have to admit, their goals and wording is both ambitious and admirable, because they want players to match a wide variety of players while eliminating the most outspoken frustrations, like players being put in lobbies they have no chance of competing in, and how that also results in terrible team balancing. I personally see one of these changes as, oh, I guess I have to potentially eat shit again for the greater good. The reason I say that is because of the past iterations of skill-based matchmaking we've experienced, and how they were just always implemented horribly. That's one of the main reasons that the idea of any sort of skill-based matchmaking will sort of put many high-skill players, or the quote-unquote sweat lords, in some sort of panic, because we've been through the motions of SBMM a handful of times over the years, and we're just jaded by the awful experiences from it. In the past several iterations, it wasn't uncommon to play against a blatant cheater, or at least on the PC side, it wasn't uncommon for me to play against a blatant cheater every 3 or 4 games. Not only that, but I'm waiting in queue considerably longer because the game is desperately trying to find good opponents who are capable of matching with me in my skill bracket, which also meant the connection quality would suffer as a result as well. Imagine waiting in 5 to 8 minute queue times for a match in Control just to get a terrible map and a potential cheater in the lobby. It makes for a frustrating experience overall, to be honest. This new iteration of skill-based matchmaking personally has me a little more hopeful for the 6v6 experience, because, I don't know. I'm confident my experience overall will still be bad because I'm an outlier to the matchmaking system in regards to my skill level. But the only thing I'm really looking forward to is the fact that I can expect to see no new lights in my lobbies, or really rock bottom inexperienced players that will get team balanced on my team. And that's about all I'm really looking forward to, really. Everything else just kind of just looks like an L to me, because I don't know, because of the things I mentioned earlier, but I do hope I'm wrong. On the topic of high quality matches though, and for the record, I'm not using this to justify the stomping of low level players or new players by any means, but a lot of players just don't like the idea of high quality or high level Destiny because it's unplayable in its raw form. Playing to win just isn't fulfilling in a game like Destiny when the sandbox is so goddamn bloated and garbage that it's literally anti-skill play. I think more high-level players will be more on board with the idea of skill-based matchmaking if playing to win was actually fulfilling and enjoyable. If the sandbox actually promoted playstyles that were effective but hard to pull off, people would be more inclined to go along with the idea of harder matchmaking. Seriously. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or you think I'm talking out my ass, feel free to watch any trial stream on Fridays at Reset, or Flawless Pool, or hell, if you want an extreme illustration of this idea, go watch Calico's No Rule Tournament, where it's literally all-out warfare of some of the top players in the game abusing everything in the sandbox and truly showcasing the highest level of Destiny gameplay in its raw form. I will link it in the description below if you're interested. Besides that, it's why I think if competitive were to make a return, it would need its own exclusive sandbox and rules, because it would be terrible to indulge in its raw form with no kind of restrictions. Last thing I want to discuss is this notion that Bungie believes players are somehow proud of their skill. How am I supposed to be That's not to say that I'm not proud of the progress that I've made over the years as a player, being able to pull off really cool plays with weapons that aren't as effective, but if you've got the skill, you can make it work, right? But am I supposed to be proud of my skill when it ultimately doesn't matter enough to sway the outcome of many high-level games and trials, or even survival, right? When shit like the slide nerf and this garbage aerial effectiveness system is implemented for the sole purpose of nerfing good players, and as well as introducing these ridiculously overtuned subclass reworks, exotic armor, and weapons, how can anyone feel proud of the hard work they've put in along the way? The strongest things in the game are the easiest to use and pilot, and more pointless changes are introduced to the game to add another element of RNG to engagements that not a single player finds fun. I think I can confidently say that. They say people are proud of their skill but actively nerf you for building habits that are good. It's gotten so apparent to a point where I honestly lost a lot of my confidence as a player when it comes to aggression, because I could do so much right, but I'm penalized for taking the fight to a team who turtles, and when I say turtle, I mean a team that just kind of camps and just is on the defensive all the time, as well as people being non-confrontational. Like, I want to push a team that's being passive, but I get headshot through flinch if they're using a sniper or Lawrence Driver, right? You know, I want to take the fight to them, but if they shoot at me while I'm sliding, it's like there's an earthquake at my monitor. You know what I mean? It's hard to be proud of my skill when I'm just getting nerfed. That's straight up how I feel. But besides me, let me know what you think, man. I know it's been a while, but I haven't really been playing D2, and as of the recording of this video, I am now aware of the information of Arc 3.0 and whatnot. And my first impression is that Titans can finally stop coping about how supposedly terrible their class is when they don't even actually know how to play Titan. They're just flavor of the week type people. Like flavor of the week meta slaves. That's literally what most Titan players are. Jokes aside, it appears Arc 3.0 will actually get people to seek confrontation, but a lot of the things do have me worried, like Juggernaut returning. So I guess we'll just deal with another season of special weapon and ability jousting. Or I could be completely wrong. But I'm usually not. So we'll just wait and see. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And feel free to leave a comment later.